Hey, welcome to Games with Trev. I'm Monique, and this is Trev, and this week we're going to be going over some of our favorite two-player games for Valentine's Day.
We are going to be giving you our top 5 favorite games. We're going to be ranking them from our least favorite to our favorite. And when I say least favorite, it's still one of our favorite games. It's just not the best one. So to start off at number 5, we have Splendor Dual. This is a new game for us. We've only played it once, and that's why it's number 5. But I think the more we're going to play it, it's probably going to be 1 or 2. It's that awesome. It is just like the regular Splendor, but it's more like it pushes it more towards 2 players and gives it a little bit more of a back and forth kind of feel. And I'm not going to say too much more about it because we're going to be reviewing this game later this month. So please wait for that and check it out. It's going to be awesome.
For our 4th pick for two-player games, we definitely suggest Raptor. It is so fun. Basically, as you can tell, the theme of it, there are these raptors against like the researchers, and you have this board, and there's like gives you like all the actions that you take with the different cards, and then there's also like the player board, and there's all these circles of where you can go on the board, and there's also blockades so you can't reach the other player. And basically what's happening is like the researchers are trying to tranquilize the dinosaurs so they can research them, and the dinosaurs are trying to get their babies across the board.
And try to safety or kill all of the researchers.
True.
And it's super awesome because like she said, with the blockades, it's not like you can just shoot and just kill anyone. There's stuff blocking your ways, and so you can strategically move around the board in certain ways so that you don't get hit.
As the raptor, though, it makes it more difficult to get all your babies in one spot so you can travel like together in like, in a safe way. But it also makes it nice, like, I don't know, because I played as the raptor last time, it's like you can hide behind there so then the researchers can't shoot you. So those little blockades, I think, really make the game what it is.
Yeah, and it's super cool because the way it's played is each player has 9 cards labeled 1 through 9, and you play one. If you have the highest numbered card, then you get to do the action. If you don't, then you just get to do the movement. And so it's really fun because you're kind of looking at what they have versus what you have, and you're trying to find out what they're going to play. So like if you're wanting to move, you're going to try to play a lower card, but you still want a lot of movement, so you're trying to guess what they're going to play. And then at the same time, if you want to do the action, you want to play a high card, but sometimes the high cards don't have the actions you want.
True. And then for a 2-player game, I feel like it's important that it moves pretty quickly because there isn't like more of you, and I feel like this game does a really good job at that. It moves quickly, turns are taken quickly, and the play time isn't very long as well.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I actually agree on that part. It's super awesome, and that's why we have it for our number 4. Our number 3 pick for this list is going to be Fort by Leader Games. This game is awesome. It is so much fun at 2 players, even though it is a 4-player game technically, but I think it's incredible at 2 players.
I think they could like make it a 2-player game and it would be totally fine. Like,
oh yeah.
You don't need 3 or 4 at all.
It's so true. The best part, so this game, to get like the premise of it, is your kids who are basically recruiting other kids to be part of your fort and basically get the most amount of points to win. But points are given in such different ways throughout, depending on who you have inside your fort. And so it's super fun because it's a deck builder, which means you're basically just trying to get new cards to acquire to have the best hand possible. But you lose friends over time, and other players can entice your friends with pizza and toys to come over to their side, which is super fun. It is honestly so much fun. There's a little bit of like that take that action from stealing their other people, but it's so much fun to be able to do it, and the game switches throughout. Like you'll never have the same deck. It constantly is changing.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite parts of this game is the fact that your deck is never going to be the same from game A to game B to game C. Like it's completely different, but the cards aren't so different that it's like confusing. I do think at the beginning of learning this game, there is a learning curve. I would say for me, it took me a while to like figure it out, how the strategy kind of works to gain more points, just because there is like all this combination.
There's also there's a lot of symbols.
Yeah.
And a lot of like little things that like, oh, if it's an X versus a triangle versus an arrow, like what do those mean in terms, which it does take a while to get down.
But they do have reference cards, and as soon as you get that down or can read the reference card, the game gets so much better.
Yeah, and it's so fast. It's like the turns go quickly, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Another awesome part about this game is I love the artwork and the boards. They are so fun. They're so cute. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they're, I don't even know what it's called, where you can fit your things.
It's double layered.
Mm-hmm. Inside of your board so they don't move makes it so much better.
It's the best. But anyway, we really like this game and we want you guys to check it out. It's super awesome. Again, Fort by Leader Games.
Second on our list is going to be Seven Wonders Duel. We had been hearing so much about this game, so we finally just went out and bought it because we had to see what it was all about and just try it out. And we liked it. It was super fun. And if you like Seven Wonders, you'll love Seven Wonders Duel. If you don't like Seven Wonders, you'll probably like Seven Wonders Duel.
Yeah, it's true. The Seven Wonders Duel really dumbs down Seven Wonders. The cards are less confusing. There's less words on it. It's more of just pictures that are easy to figure out. And it's a lot of, well, it's a card drafting kind of game, which means basically like I pick a card, then you pick a card from the same pile. But instead of having like decks you're picking from, it's all on the board. And we'll show you guys that. But it's super cool because you can kind of plan ahead of like what you can see versus what you can't and like they guess, which is kind of fun.
I did like that. Like with Seven Wonders Duel, like some of the cards are face up so you can see what's coming up and some of them are face down. And I feel like this really like makes the 2-player version of the game so much better because there is that little risk that you're taking when you're flipping over that bottom card.
It's true. And also like the other cool thing about this is like there's so many ways to win. You could do this, you could do A, B, or C, or you could do this or that. Like you can go for the most amount of points and just basically hope that you have more points than they do. Or you could have a military victory is if you just keep hitting them and they forget about military cards and drive it all the way to the end. Or you can win by science cards, which are super fun. It's like a set collection basically. But there's so many ways and there's so many strategies that no game feels the same. And like you don't have like the same face up versus face down cards, and so everything's mixed up. And so it's super awesome, honestly.
Another thing about this game is that it is a great gateway game for those that are just getting into board gaming. It's pretty simple to learn and you'll probably love it. So I think this should definitely be on anybody's list.
And that's why it's our number 2. Our number 1 pick for 2-player games is, of course, Wingspan Asia. I know we should review about this, but we'll quickly go over it. This is the newest expansion to the Wingspan game set. And it offers a duet mode, which is a 2-player game mode. And it honestly is incredible. Sorry, what?
If you were going to buy Wingspan and it was just 2 players, you knew it was going to be 2 players, this would be the one to get.
It's true. This is it. And honestly, like we've talked about before, and we'll say it again, like we might not play Wingspan without the duet board. Because it's just that good. It just adds a little bit extra spice to it. And like usually with Wingspan, there's not a lot of like you feel like you're competing the whole time, but with the duet board, it gives it that push and that draw to do it, which we really like.
And basically what the duet board is just like you have duet tokens on your own player mat, and as you place birds, you get to place duet tokens on the duet like token map. And so it's visually like engaging, like you were saying, like it feels like a race because of that.
Yeah, and so it's really nice. And also like the added bonus of when you do the round and scoring, it's either all or nothing, which really makes them super important. And we find ourselves tying a lot of the times because we want it that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just wanted to say that this Wingspan Asia is our top pick. And if you're going to get any game on this list, bingo, this is it.
So good. And we didn't even mention like the cards. They're just beautiful, and each of the birds are you can just tell there's been a lot of thought put into this game. And as a player, like I feel like that's super important. So we love that for that reason too. A game that didn't quite make it to the list, but is such a fun game, is So You've Been Eaten. This is a 2-player game that we're giving away at 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe below so that you can be a part of that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you liked our list or already have one of these games, and leave a comment down below of a 2-player game that you love and enjoy. Again, thank you for joining us here with Games of Trev, and have a great day.